All right, let's go into the membership growth formula, a high-level overview of how to achieve the 60 new memberships in 30 days. So this is really the basics and high-level understanding of what we need to go through to take basically from the client journey, right? From them being a cold prospect to them being a really high client paying you the unlimited offer that you have. And I just want to break this down step by step to really have you understand the importance of how we understand the growth, how we get them to where they need to be, how we nurture them, and then how we get them to close. So the first things first, okay? Whatever you're doing, okay, the most successful way in terms of acquiring leads, and we go over this in my coaching program, is running really effective ad campaigns. Now, effective ad campaigns doesn't mean give free trials. If you don't know about anything about me, I'm super against free trials. And it was the thing that I removed, especially for our New York City locations. We didn't have free trials. Orange Theory is known for having their free introductory class, but guess what? In Manhattan, it's a $20 fee in order to even try a class. And the reason why that works so well is because when people pay, they pay attention. And so we don't want to market ourselves as a free offer. Okay, free offers don't work. It's been proven statistically that 80% of people who take on a free offer do not convert. They never become a buying member. Why? Well, because the value that you're offering just does not show what really requires them to be a actual paying client. Okay, and we give so much value in the free trial offer, but then they don't convert. And the reason why the free trial even existed was because it's the art of reciprocity, right? The art of reciprocity is I'm going to do something for you without an expectation, and you have this moral obligation to almost respond with making a purchase or taking an investment. But because the industry has oversaturated the free trial offer, it's almost expected. I imagine that whenever you travel and you're looking to get a workout in, what's the first thing you probably do? You look up a gym, you call them up, and you go, hey, do you have a free guest pass that I can use just for the day because I'm just traveling and whatnot? Or I just want to try the gym because you want to get a free workout in, right? And I'm not saying that's wrong. Like, you're utilizing the system for what it is. But because that has become such a staple in our industry, it's almost expected that you have to have a free trial. So really separating yourself from what we call a red ocean offer, which is where everyone's attacking the same thing with that offer, you become very hard to identify as something of value. But when you become a blue ocean offer, where you offer a price point, which most studios don't do, there's a lot more curiosity. And the people that are already willing to make an investment in that, guess what? They have a higher probability of moving forward down to the next level, which is you or them buying into your membership. But in terms of getting leads, the one thing that we talk about is ads, okay? We want a really good ad that brings in the right people. And again, in my coaching program with the Rise Up Accelerator, we go really in depth of what a really good ad looks like, how to structure it and build it. But ultimately, we want them to understand limiting beliefs, right? Meaning, what are the beliefs that they have that we need to absolutely dominate and crush? And for a lot of prospects, it's, well, all gyms are the same. Well, I've heard this program before, and I've seen this and that, and it might be something along the lines of whatever your modality is. Just think about what people might come up as an objection for you, right? Well, why should I have to pay this much amount of money when I know that losing weight or losing fat is all about a caloric deficit and building muscle to increase my metabolism, right? Well, to be honest with you, if they have that problem still, clearly they haven't found the solution yet, and the right solution. A lot of times it's routine. So thinking about what is your prospect going through, what are the things that are keeping them up at night, and how can you market that and really have them understand that you're the solution they're looking for, right? And again, if it's not a free trial and it's a paid offer, the right people are going to recognize based on your messaging that you are the solution. And then through that, we get them to warm up with our content and understanding, but really our lead nurture, right? So It's all about how we reach out to prospects. Most studios that I work with, they usually get a lead that comes in, and the first thing they do is they offer their trial, or they're offering whatever their discount is. And you're already setting the bar to the point where they have all the control, meaning the prospect has all the control to decide what they want to do, versus them being able to understand that they need more information, and there needs to be a sense of curiosity. So how you're reaching out to your leads is extremely, extremely important. And this is why I say that it's lead nurture over lead generation every day of the week, okay? How are you reaching out to your prospects? Well, the first thing is never ever reach out saying, hey Jane, saw you're interested in our trial, would love to get you booked today, what's the best time? You don't even know if they truly are interested, right? They might have filled out a lead form, they might have shown some form of interest, but we don't know where that interest level is gauged. That's why a lot of the content that we create on our Instagram, on our Facebook, on our TikTok pages need to be about attacking limiting beliefs, so that when we do have that conversation, it becomes a lot easier. But let's just say you don't have any of that content. Maybe you're a new studio and you're building up and you're doing founding rates and you're just trying to get things going. And I've been there before, like I mentioned in the last lesson about the opening of the flagship. How do we build lead nurture? Well, we need an opening question that makes sense, right? So an opening question just needs to be something that just starts the conversation, right? So instead of saying, hey Jane, saw that you were interested in our program, would love to get you booked for an intro class. Say, hey Jane, saw you're interested in our program, how far are you on your fitness journey? That's a very open-ended question that builds more of a relationship type conversation versus direct sale. You don't want people to think that just you're trying to sell them. And to be honest, we don't even know if these people are the right people for the program, right? Because there's nothing worse than bringing a member in that is just a bunch of problems, right? They have ego issues. They're not going to show up. They're not committed. And we just don't know those things. So having a really good opening framework and an opening conversation to nurture them is super key. And through that, most people don't even pick up the phones anymore. Do I think that phone calls are mandatory and still required in terms of lead outreach? 1,000%. But there's nothing wrong with, after doing a phone call, if they don't pick up, shooting them a text, right? And I love that question. How long, where are you at in your fitness journey? How long have you been focused on fitness for? It helps just open the form of dialogue, because then they tell you, right? It's a very open-ended conversation where they go, yeah, I've been, struggling to lose weight, and I saw your program, was very interested. And from there, we just have a conversation. We're not even trying to sell. And the whole point of that conversation is just to get a real understanding of just where they're at and are they qualified for our program. Are they the right fit? Are they the person that fits our ICP, right? Our ideal client profile. If you're trying to sell to everyone, you're not going to get anybody to join the program. But if you understand that who you serve, who your ICP is, and you know that ICP can get the best transformation through your program, and we can honestly get a better grasp of that person, guess what? The lead nurture conversation is going to be very smooth and very simple, okay? So how do we get that, right? We have that opening framework, and then all we're doing is just asking questions that lead us to understand where they're at, what they're going for, and what they're looking for. And the more that we can identify their limiting beliefs and absolutely destroy them on the call, the easier it is for them to be more on our side and understanding, well, maybe this is the right program for me. Maybe this is the right place for me. And in the next lesson, I'm going to really dive in deep of how to really answer those questions or ask those questions to get a much more qualified answer, so that you can take those leads and have them become members without even trying the program. I still remember when I was running that back-based studio for Orange Theory, I had a potential prospect who never tried Orange Theory before. She wanted to try a free class. And I used the opening framework, just like, hey, where are you at in your fitness journey? And she was just really struggling on finding your routine, finding a place, finding a community. And guess what? I knew we have a community. I know we have a proven modality because we have about 400, 500 members in our member base that have seen success. But it was more about asking more of those questions, to the point where I just told her we should just get you signed up. And she fought me a little bit and saying, well, I really just want to try to see if it makes sense. But trying something to see if it makes sense doesn't equate to actually them having a solution. It's about commitment. Are they willing to commit to a program? If we can tell them that it's guaranteed to work, are they willing to commit to the program? And she was. So she joined, and guess what happened after her first class? What she paid for. She loved the program, became a lifelong member, and actually we're still in contact today because we built such a strong relationship over the phone. Not in person, but over the phone, because I smashed her limiting beliefs when we were talking and having her understand that we are the solution, and she needs to make a decision, and that she really needs to make a decision for herself instead of what the typical gyms do, which is understand, we'll give you a discount here, we'll give you a free trial here just to see if you like it, just to see if you do it. And here's the thing about like offering discounts and free trials, and this is the best way I could frame it for you. When you go out to a really nice restaurant, for me, I love steakhouses. It's my favorite thing. Steakhouses are the best. Do you go in the steakhouse and say, hey, let me try your ribeye before I actually buy it? No. Why? Because that's just not a standard. That's not a thing. It's absolutely crazy to think that we would go into a high-end restaurant thinking that, oh, we can try the steak before we make the purchase. They would laugh at us, right? Because guess what? They know their steaks are well kept. They've done the process. They know that their product and what they offer is really well. And it's enough for them to not even offer it for free. So I want you to have that same mindset when you're talking with people who just say, I want to try it. I want to see if it's the right fit for me. The reality is we don't know if it's the right fit until we have a commitment and an understanding of what they're willing to do. Because if they're not willing to commit, if they're not willing to follow through the program, we don't want to waste their time. So why the fuck would we even try to sell them, right? And you're going to have those conversations. I've had a few of those where I'm just like, hey, you know what? This doesn't seem like the right program for you. I don't want you to invest in something with so much money that you all of a sudden walk away and not get a single result. So I actually save people. And sometimes that actually works in a different way where they go, wow, this person's pushing me away from the offer. Maybe I really need to see what they're about. And all of a sudden we smash their limiting beliefs and we change it, right? And as you can see, as we go from the limiting belief smashing into the neutral state, we need to install new beliefs and understanding that this is what it takes to actually see results. As fitness professionals, we know it takes about 6 months to really see the physical changes, to really see the change in their body, in their mind, in their mindset of what the program is going to do for them. And once we install those empowering beliefs, all of a sudden a client will become a client, right? The prospect will turn into a client. So just to review how this formula works, okay? We get new leads, running ad campaigns. Ads are the best way to do it. There's really 4 ways in which we can acquire leads. One of them is the ads. The other 3 I talk about in my coaching program. We understand where they're limiting beliefs and we absolutely destroy them through the call or through the content. I love doing it on the call because it's a faster way to get them to convert, and we install new beliefs, new empowering beliefs. In the next lesson, I'm going to explain how we really do that in more detail. But once we install those new beliefs and they understand that, wow, if I just follow through in what they're telling me to do, I'm going to hit my goal, why would I not say yes to this? And then they become a client, and from there they become a case study, and then that gets to be used for your marketing purposes. So this is the membership growth formula. Memorize it, take a look at it, really understand what it means and how it works in this funnel phase, and you'll be able to really implement and have that right mindset as an operator, as an owner, and for your teams to understand that we can capture leads and we can get them to buy over the phone without them even trying the program because we were able to install new beliefs. Now, there is one caveat to this, and this is kind of obvious, but it's really important to understand. If your program sucks, this won't work. So if your fitness program does not actually get results for your clients, this won't work. So you have to make sure that whatever you're offering is so amazing and creates such great transformations that whatever the timeline is that you have, whether it's a 6-month commitment membership, 4-month commitment membership, 12-month commitment membership, understanding that if they follow through with the program and the program is guaranteed to get them success as long as they're following with what you're telling them to do, this will become easy. But if the program sucks and it does not create transformations, you will fail because you'll get these people to buy and then they'll cancel and then they'll leave negative reviews, and your reputation as a studio is the most valuable thing you have in your business. There's a difference between people saying, oh, they're really sales pushy, and them saying, I never got the results, okay? People who say, oh, they're really pushy on sales, everything else. If you're not following with what I'm doing, okay, you're pushy. But if you're following with what I'm doing, and they say, oh, I feel like they're being really aggressive, and I've had that happen multiple times. Oh, I feel like this is really in-depth questions. Of course it's in-depth, because I don't want you to make an investment that doesn't benefit you. And I have to know that this is the right thing. And based on what you're telling me, this is the right thing. I just don't understand why we're not willing to pull the trigger. And again, that's smashing the limiting beliefs, creating new empowering beliefs so that they become clients for you. So have this formula, teach your teams this. This will really make the difference on the high-level overview of how things work and how we get them to the next level.